Hi, I'm Kruti Barucha, founder and CEO of Peepul. 15 years ago, I became a mom. It changed my life. It changed the trajectory of my life and career. My son was born premature and fought with hospitalizations and therapy for the first 4 years of his life. By the time he arrived in school, the train had left the station. No one had waited for him, and there was no one to help him get the next one. It was then that I realized that the school system was a survival of the fittest, and I wasn't okay with that. Fortunately, we found great hope in a great teacher that believed in him and helped him thrive. My son is lucky, but there are tens of millions of children in India that aren't. Like Kishore. Kishore lives in an urban slum in pretty poor living conditions. His family can just about survive on 3 meals a day for Kishore and his siblings. The only school that they can afford is the public school, which is free, which is in their neighborhood. They sent Kishore to that school with great hope and possibility to escape from poverty. 190 million students like Kishore go to 1.5 million government schools in India. But at the end of primary school, the statistics are up here in front of you. 57% of students can't read, and 74% of children can't do basic math. This is a learning crisis for the entire country. Urmila, Peepul's co-founder, and I got together a few years ago, and we wanted to try and solve this problem. We wanted to show that great schools can exist in even the most difficult circumstances. So we took on a failing school, and we looked at investing in the teaching learning processes. We wanted to show what great classroom practice looks like. The results were truly transformative. Parents and children started coming back to the government school system. We had started building belief, showing the power of possibility, showing that schools can turn around if you focus on the right interventions. So what does a great classroom look like? Imagine this for every child in India and globally. Children engage meaningfully. Teachers know the name of every child and understands their learning level. Teachers are supported and coached to continuously improve and help their children. Children are able to look, feel, and touch resources to help them learn. But at the end of the day, as we think about student engagement, what ultimately matters when the rubber hits the road is, are we having any impact? What does the evidence say? So a third-party evaluation of our Peepul exemplar schools showed that these schools had 2 to 5x better learning than the average public school. At this point, we realized that we had a proven model. We had shown what was possible in a small setting. The question was, how are we going to possibly scale this to 1.5 million schools in India? The answer we had was this. First, we focus on our bright spots, our exemplar schools. Those are used to generate evidence, show what's possible, to show what works and what doesn't work. But the path to scale and adoption at scale is really through the government. We had to develop deep, embedded partnerships with the government to really make true transformation happen, to build capacity, and to drive education reform. The way that we did this was in 2 phases. First, we focused on a rollout in 2 large geographies in India. We wanted to make sure that the model worked at scale. And second, once we saw that happen, we wanted to expand that to multiple states and nationally. When we build capacity with the government, when we're co-creating, co-designing, co-implementing, there are 3 things that we do. 1, we train the teachers to improve their skills. Second, we build school leaders' capacity so that they can become better mentors and coaches. And third, we help build governance and data structures so that the system can focus on accountability. If we can do these 3 things really well, then we can exit the system because we built internal capacity so that it's self-sustaining and the system can drive that change. Where are we now? We are currently at 3 million students, 325,000 teachers and school leaders. The model works. 50% improved learning across other schools, and 41% of those teachers are actually using high engagement classroom techniques in the classroom. And we don't want to compromise quality. One of the things that we're really passionate about is to break that quality scale trade-off that everybody talks about. One of the Peepul-supported schools actually won the world's best school prize for innovation. A remarkable feat. Goes to show that you don't need to reduce your standards when you're scaling. So as we look ahead, what does the future hold for us? We're now at a place where we have our exemplar schools, we've got enough evidence, we've seen that the model works at scale, and we now have the possibility to unlock multiple states and multiple national and state-level partnerships. So we want to grow 100x from 3 million children to 30 million children in the coming years. To be able to do that, we need 20 million pounds of funding to build our implementation support and capacity building muscle. We also want to deepen and build our existing evidence so that we continue to show the ecosystem what's working. And we want to work with the government so that their resources can be used more effectively and efficiently. And if you see that number of £5 billion, it seems like a lot, but it's only 2% of India's national budget on education. So there is lots more to do. I began this journey because of my son, and he gave me purpose. Today, we have an amazing team at Peepul, and all of us have a common purpose of helping every child succeed and live up to their potential. So join us and help us make this happen. Thank you.